While Trish is flipping her camera, I will show you the materials. So you'll need some wildfire. I'm using the tan color. I believe that Jules is out of that right now, but you could use white. You could use whatever color goes with the beads you have. If you're in the subscription group, this is a great project to use some of those extra tile beads up, the Tila beads, because we're going to be using them tonight. And I'm using, this is a 6mm tile bead. And I believe this is the Amber Travertine.
Yes.
So, and then we're going to be using these adorable 6mm pyramids. So see if I can turn it on the side. You can see it standing up there.
Those are so pretty.
Yeah. So they come in, this one is a mix. It's called 5 Color Luster, and Joan will share those with you guys. So there's 5 different colors, and you get a strand of them. So lots of fun. Now and then also you will need some 11-0s, both 11-0s, but 2 different colors. So this is the ring we're going to make. So as you can see, we have the 3 pyramids on top. And then I made this out of leftovers, so there's no real kind of order to it. This is the sample ring. So, but tonight we can definitely make it a little more orderly because we'll have just the one tile color. But if you have some other tiles that you want to put in there, by all means, go for it. So it's a great little ring if you have like lots of little leftovers that don't match too. You can throw them all together.
It's so pretty. I like it.
Yeah. And then as you can see, we're going to put the edging. I know somebody was asking in the subscription group about doing the loops on the side, and that is what we're going to do tonight. So
spike like a rock star, Nicole says.
Oh, hey, Yolanda.
Okay, I think I am set now.
Okay. So
everybody can see.
So these are our beads for tonight. Now, the first thing that you need to do is, if you haven't done this yet, is measure your ring. So a couple different ways. You can take a piece of paper, as simple as that, if you don't have like, a measuring tape or something, a sewing measuring tape. And you just wrap the paper around and you would mark it with your size, and then you just come over and you would take it and you'd lay it out with the ruler and figure out how big your finger is. So Trish is using her sewing measuring tape there, so you can see that. Mine, I know, is 2 3/4.
Yes. Mine's 2.5, I believe, but you're using another finger than I am.
Yes.
I'm just using my ring finger. So
yes. So
measure.
Right.
Because Amber's a very tiny girl, mommy. But I don't want to think different. Okay, I'm stopping.
Stop. So measure whatever finger you want to put it on. You can even do your thumb. And then if you want, you could get graph paper or whatever. Or you can just lay the beads out to kind of know what you want to do. So with my design, I have just the 3 spikes. You can do whatever you want. You can do 3 of the same color. You can do, mix it up. Do something where it's like this, So you're going to lay out what you want to put on. I think I'll do this combo here. And then I know for this finger, with the 6mm beads, I know I need 11 tiles to go around after my 3 pyramid beads. So,
okay.
Now I'm going to lay it out so it finishes so that the pyramid beads are in the middle, because the way we'll close it up at the end, we don't want to put that near the pyramid bead and the top. So make so Sorry, my son is at the door. I'm in our office. He's getting his shoes. Okay. So yeah, so just lay it out for what you want to make, and that just makes it easier as we're going along.
And you were saying about it being in the middle. Could you go over that again quick?
Yes.
Amber? Mm-hmm.
In one moment.
That's fine. No problem.
Okay. So I don't know if you can see. I don't want to lift them up and mess them up yet. But I have my 3 pyramid here. And so when I'm beading, I'm going to go along and have my 3 pyramid in the middle of my design.
Okay.
And then we will be connecting this bead and this bead together. So like we'll be going through that bead a couple times. So you don't want to see all that extra weaving.
Right.
So that's why you would do that.
Okay. So we're putting those in the middle and then the towels on either side to the length that we're going to need.
Correct.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
I'm learning this pattern too, right along with you guys. Okay.
Then when you're done that, you can go ahead and warp your loom. So this, we're going to use completely wildfire on our, because you want it to be thin enough to go through the beads, and it's not part of our design to see it. Like you usually use hemp or leather or something if you want to see it.
Yes.
But we're just going to use wildfire.
Okay.
So take your baby loom, or yes, measure out, make sure your beads. See Trish doing that. Good job. You want to measure out?
Well, thank you. Well, I know myself, and I'm like, let's just make sure, because I have a history of making rings either too big or too small. So
yeah, I put too many beads on mine. It's 11 total beads.
Okay.
I was like, that looks really big. Now we're at the right
that's
spot.
what I have. It was 11. That that worked out good. Okay.
Woohoo!
Good.
All right. So you're going to knot the back, and then you're going to come across the front, and it doesn't matter. You'll need 4 spaces. So wherever.
Vicky, I'm sorry for interrupting you, Amber, but Vicky says you can always go all the way around if you don't like the person you're giving it to. You can give them all the spikes.
That's true.
I had to say it.
Yes. So yeah, for comfort, we're putting the spikes on top. By all means, if you want to put the spikes on the bottom and give it to someone you don't like as much, by all means. So with the baby loom, you need to really make sure you pull in your tension. Same with the Wisdom Warrior. Whereas the original loom, you do hold tension, but you also have the bar to create more. So you come around, wrap it around the back knob, and you're going to count out 4 spaces. In order to fit the tile. So just 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrap it around a couple times. Hold it taut. Get your clippers out. It's real simple. Great for using those extra beads up. Trim that, and now we're going to tie it off. Who's whistling?
I can't have it.
Too quiet. You're one of those.
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
One of those people can't handle silence. Huh?
Silence is,
deadly.
Silence is deadly.
All right. So then you should have pretty good tension.
Yep. Good.
And then you'll need, where'd my needles go? You'll need a needle.
Most definitely. Preferably a jewel loom needle.
Yes, I've got lots of those.
Yeah, I hear you, girl.
Not a lack of. Now, for this one, you probably only need a wingspan, so probably not much more than that. So what I mean by a wingspan is just spreading your arms apart. And there you go.
Hi, Anissa. Welcome in, honey. We're glad you found us.
Yay! Welcome, welcome.
Vicky says, I have days I can't count to 4.
Me too, Vicky.
Girl, right there with you. Yeah,
all the time.
There's days you'll see my hands on here, and I'll be like, they aren't responding to my brain. They like,
oh yeah,
do other things.
Well, that was what, me last week or whatever.
Oh, hey.
So I don't know if you saw what I did. I kind of just did it. If you get some needle nose pliers or something, just squish the end of your wildfire. That makes it go into your needle a lot easier.
And yes, that's a technical term. Squish, right?
Squishy. Squishy squish.
Yes.
I can't thread a needle if I'm laughing.
Sorry.
Of course,
That's
I don't
all
have
right.
my magnifier either.
We got
I'm blind as a bat here.
Oh.
Do you think Sonic will echolocation will work?
Maybe. Maybe it works for the bats.
Exactly. That's why I said it. You can ask your husband.
I will.
Can people have echolocation too?
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, honey. Welcome in. Well, if probably the smart ones can. So that leaves me out.
So just take your wildfire and tie off a knot. Now, since this is the only thing we're creating, you can go towards the middle, but just make sure you have enough room for your whole ring to fit. So, but you want to have nice long ends to tie off on the other side. How we doing over there, Trish?
Real good, real good. I actually am ready to roll whenever you say the word to start beading.
Great. So we're going to start with our tile beads. And another good thing starting with the tiles, we don't have to worry about the pyramid being pointing up yet. We just can put the bead in. But when we get to the pyramids, we'll talk about how knowing. Now, with the tile beads, I really encourage you, before you put it through, to make sure both holes are open.
Yes.
I have many times I've gotten it on there, and then the second hole does not work.
Yeah, and trying to bead ream a bead that's already half hooked on doesn't work too good. I've been there, done that.
So we're just gonna, and I got caught in something. I don't know what.
No.
I
like
think
me, it's a pair of pliers. That's always what mine
Oh
gets
my goodness. No, I got caught on the baby loom.
Ooh, that's a problem.
Yeah. All right. So the first one's always the hardest, but you go underneath first. So just like any loom project, we're going to go underneath through the first hole and then back through the top through the first hole. My string's doing a dance down the line here until we get snug in.
Yeah, it does.
All
like
right.
you said, the first one can be a little challenging, but once you get it in, things pretty smooth.
Then take the tile bead, and I always point them down to remind myself to go underneath first and then back up through the top, because you won't have the opportunity to see if your needle is under or over, because we only have one warp tonight.
Yep.
And same thing underneath.
Sorry. They're cracking me up. I can't.
Loomers, not looters. Who said looter?
Well, Vicky said we need a technical see, I can't even talk. Dictionary for bead looters.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Anissa said, no, loomers, not looters, Vicky said. I was wondering what we're looting, Joan said. Although I do loot my food bill budget.
Yeah, for beads.
Yeah. Anyway.
I can't do that right now. I have 4 kids. That would be bad. And a pup.
Yeah.
Can't do that. All right. So put the next bead on. Same thing. Top through underneath and through the top hole of the tile. And then come back around over the top.
Are you guys working with us tonight or working on your own projects? Tell me what you're making, guys.
Paula says for maybe looting beads, etc.
Yeah. That is usually the case.
Don't
forget, like I'm drowning in beads at the moment.
Oh my goodness. Yes, don't forget to go through the second hole. I have done that before. I moved on to the next bead. I'm like, why is this floppy? Oh.
Yeah.
Then you have to travel back.
Yep. And if I could just say something here, guys. I know when I first started, and you were probably all pros now, but when I first started, I had a bad habit of pulling too tight when I was doing the wefting, and I would indent between the beads, and that doesn't look nice. So make sure that when you pull, it's not going to be too tight, so you still have a nice form for your ring. It's just a little tip from someone who's been there, done that. And I'm actually going to loosen this one up just a smidge because I like the way that looks better.
So remember, underneath and then over top. We're just weaving along here. And you can go from the top of your loom down or from the bottom of your loom up. As you see, Trish and I do it opposite. Either way works. They both accomplish the task. Some people like to loom this way. Some people flip it around all the time.
Yep, whatever works.
As long as you get to the finish line, the same finish line, you're doing good.
So Nicole says, I'm working on custom order Christmas ornaments. Nice.
Whoa, already.
I want to see those. Joan Dice, you say you're a flipper. You flip her around, huh?
Paula, it is good practice with 2 whole beads.
Yes.
And it's so simple because you only have the one row.
Oh, Sandra, you're a newbie. Nice.
What loom did you get, Sandra? Oh, Vicky's a flip-flopper. She flips her looms around.
See, that should go in the dictionary too.
What are you? How do you loom? I flip the flop.
I flip the flop.
Hi, Carmen.
We're so glad to see you guys in here with us, hanging out, having a little fun. We always have a good time, that's for sure. Try to, anyway.
How are you doing over there, Trish?
Pretty good. I'm on my 3rd tile, so probably slower than you there, but my middle name is Slow. Ask my husband. So,
Anissa, I would love to work with stretch cord. I have to figure out how to make that possible, but we will practice something and get back to you on that.
Yeah, that sounds real interesting.
Nicole, I didn't realize that was your #1 sale. You'll have to show your shop with me. I don't think I know what it is. Hey, Betty. So glad you can join us.
Bonnie. Watching today. We'll try tomorrow. Well, we want to see pictures, Bonnie.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it. Like, I have often laid in bed and watched somebody make something and then make it later.
Yep, absolutely.
So now when you get to the pyramid, you need to think a little bit more about it. You can't just put the bead on because now I do have it on the right way, but if you put it in the wrong hole, the spike will be pointing down instead of up. So
And that could be a thing too. Again, if you don't like someone, you can make them all pointing inside.
Of course, when you take it off the loom, you can flip it as long as you make them all go the same way. So you want to go
the
pyramid like this,
mm-hmm.
and go through the top hole. Oh, Vicky, so you've done it. She says that it's okay to loom with stretch cord, but it's hard to close up. I could imagine. Yeah. Well, maybe we can figure something out. So just like the tile beads, you weave underneath and then back through the top. And then make sure you do the second hole, just like the tile beads.
I'm curious why we would do the top hole first.
So that you're gonna do the different, honey.
Well, no. I want to do right. I thought you said that we go through the top hole. Or am I?
Yeah, but you're beating up like.
Oh, okay.
We're beating. So
yeah.
You would go through. So let me amend that. So you want to go through the hole that's closest to the tile, last tile bead.
That makes sense. Thank you.
So if you're beating from the bottom up, it will be on the bottom. If you're beating from the top down, it'll be the top button. Oh my goodness, hole. Yeah, let's beat a button.
We'll get them straight. Woo! We'll get those holes straight.
Yes.
I was wondering. I'm kind of like, that doesn't look right.
No, it doesn't. The whole point is just to make sure that your spike is facing upwards.
Right. Right. So I'm glad I asked, because Lord knows what I would have come up with.
Yes, Anissa, the tile beads are good to do it along with bricks.
Yes. Yep.
So whatever pattern you chose, I did 2 purples and then this kind of Picasso pinky one. But there is a bunch of different 6mm available. And as I said before, make sure you go through both holes. You don't want to get stuck having to undo work.
No.
You can also, before you start weaving, you could go through all the holes too. It's just good to double check. Because sometimes with the check glass beads, a little bit of check glass junk gets still left in there.
Yeah, and a lot of times you can ream them if you have them off the loom.
Yeah.
It's just once you get them sewn on.
It just is more complicated when they're sewn on.
A little bit, yeah, but you can always take them off. That's the nice thing about looming.
Yes.
Thank goodness for that.
Now, see, I made a mistake. I forgot to go back through the top of the first hole. So it's like hanging down. So now I just have to backtrack. See, I'm talking and not thinking.
Hey, we are human. We just like everyone else, we all make mistakes.
Yes.
And we're not going to pretend otherwise.
No, we want you to learn from our mistakes and be better than us.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm on my 3rd pyramid. I'm cooking with gas now.
So just to let you guys know what's coming up in April. Yep, you just keep going. I'm going through the second hole underneath. We're going to have an earring month. So.
Yes, I can't wait. And we're actually going to kick it off next week with a pair of earrings, and we're not even technically in April. Oh, yeah, we will be. This is the 31st. Oh, my Lord. I have to get out more. I have to get out more.
Oh, it's okay, honey. You do want to make sure that because you have the 2-hole beads that you don't have any extra string hanging out on the sides. So you want to pull it tight enough that the string pulls back through all the way, but also not so tight that you're causing it to bundle. I don't know what you want to call that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good word.
Bunch.
Vicky, you're keeping track of the words for the dictionary, please. Bundle. Yes. That's one we need to add.
Yes, and Vicky says we're we're loomers, not necessarily in the normal human category.
Yeah, absolutely, girl.
Very true. So, yeah, any questions? I mean, pretty much we're just going to keep going here.
Yeah, this is a fun project, Amber. I really like it. And it'll be quick. It's, something that you can just whip up if you just want a quick project.
And yeah, Jules has some, really pretty springy kind of beads.
Oh, yeah.
So that was kind of what we were going for with the ones that we picked.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Very pretty. Yeah, her story, get in there and I get lost. There's so many pretty, pretty check class and some beads. And...
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, that would be a pretty bracelet too, Vicky.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. The original ring that I have actually came was leftovers from a bracelet I had made. So
well, there you go.
I only had 3 spikes left. I was like, I'll make a ring.
It worked out perfectly. So.
All right, so I've got my 3 pyramids or spikes, as we're calling them, done. And make sure they're pointing upwards, unless you don't like the person.
You could make a dog collar with these too. It'd be a really cool, like, spiky collar for your necklace for your dog.
Yeah.
Everyone's having a speech.
Bailey would really enjoy that, probably.
Oh, yes. She'd chew that thing with pride.
Anissa, I always have a speech problem.
Yeah.
My brain and my mouth struggle.
Yep, me too, girl. Looks like I got 2 more here.
So I'll show you what I mean by the looseness on the side here. So I don't know if the camera will show it, but
I can see it, a little loop there, yeah, kind of.
So then that means I just need to tighten it up a little bit more. But not too much, as Trish reminded us.
Yes. And you can, as you go, guys, if you're working on it, and if Amber will agree with me on this or not, but I have gone back, like with my needle, like if I see something's a little loose back here, I'll go back and just take my needle and tighten up the stitches, follow the stitches up, and just pull them until I get it back up to the thread I'm working with, and then you can get it back snug. It's easier not to do that, but you can.
Yes. How did you get ahead of me?
That is a very good question, because that never doesn't usually happen.
I like unusual beads too, Anissa.
I'm eating now.
Oh, my mom has joined us. She thought I was funny saying having them pointing up unless you don't like the person. Yep.
Oh, hi, Eileen. Hi, honey. That's hilarious. Yeah, I got to get my mom in here. She'll have a good time on it.
Yeah.
Get her onto it one of these nights.
Oh, my goodness.
She's a trip, too. She's a good lady.
Yeah. Well, next time you're at your mom's, and since my mom will be temporarily living here with us while I go through treatments, we can have them join us online and say hi.
Maybe on Mother's Day. That would be fun.
Yeah. What? Unless I'm eating napkins aplenty? What does that mean?
I don't understand.
I missed something.
Yeah, I saw that too. I just chose not to say it because I thought it's probably just me. But
no.
Okay.
So Trish, as you're finishing up there, now you guys, you have a choice. You can stay with your Jewel Loom needle. I find doing the edging to be easier switching to a beading needle.
A seed beading needle, yeah. Like something like.
Yeah, something like those. Just because it's a little space that we're working with. It's not necessary, but the Jewel Loom needle is great for the weaving part, but the picot edging sometimes easier.
Yes, I think I'm going to use an 11.
Sounds good. because the seed beads are smaller and we're going to be going in and out of them. So,
Yep.
And you won't need to reinforce this ring because of the edging. We will be reinforcing.
Yep, that's great.
And I'm just going to keep using the string I have left over.
Yep, me too.
And it should be enough to actually complete the project.
Although I think I'm going to put a new pinched end on it so I can get it
that might help.
Get it through that smaller eye easier, you know.
Yeah. Thank you, Nicole, for the prayers. Vicky was meaning the mind and hand coordination, definitely. Yeah. All right. So you're down at the bottom. And you don't need to reinforce anything or knot anything off. You can, if you want, just do a little knot on the end here before you move on. Just in case something happens to your thread. And
yeah, I like that tip.
Then you don't lose all your beads.
That'd be good.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
Of course I got.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to switch needles here.
I don't know if you guys can see, I'm at the top and you guys would be at the bottom, whoever does the way Amber does it. Probably most people do it the way Amber does it. Of course, most people do it the way you do it. I always have to do things backwards. It's my life. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Seed beads.
So, if you see my ring, I did clear and a dark, but you can make any combo you want. I'll probably do the same thing. I'll do 2 light and a dark. But you could do it the other way. Totally up to you.
Yeah, I will probably do it the same way because I love this color, this Rosaline, I think it's called. Oh my gosh, this is one of the prettiest colors of pink. Just love it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a new end to my thread here too.
Yeah, it makes it a little easier. Thank you, Carmen. That was a great design by Amber, wasn't it? She just, and we're going to put this little picot stitch on the side. It's just adorable.
Thank you.
She said she loves the ring.
Aw. Of course, you can see I need some new beading needles. This one's a little dilapidated.
Somebody
well
might have
loved.
To send you some.
I don't know who that would be.
I don't know. Pray Joan.
Poor Joan.
And she can't even talk to us. She's just like, quit talking about me. She's laughing. See, guys, we can see Joan, but we can't hear her. So if you're wondering how we're always picking on her, we know she can't fight back. So
yep.
Well, in words, she could. She could
oh my goodness. None of my beading needles are in great shape here. Let's see if I have any in here. Uh-oh.
I thought you have these guys somewhere, don't you?
I do.
Upstairs.
I'd have to leave my table.
Yeah, I have I keep a lot of my stuff downstairs versus my studio's upstairs, so I get that. Be very careful. I have the written word on my side, she said. Joan, be very careful. I have the written word on my side.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what that's in reference to.
Well, that's because I said we can pick on her and she can't fight back because we can see her, but we can't hear her.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's see if this one will work.
I bet it will.
All right. You know, I got everything else ready and I forgot to look for my beading needles.
It happens.
Well, Trish, if you want to show picking up.
Sure. I'm just going to pick up one of the Rosaline, and then these ones are called Amethyst Gorgeousness. And then another Rosaline. Okay. And we're going to work that down. And we're going to go through the second hole. I'm going to turn mine this way just so I can see. Oh, yep, because I can see that on there. And then just give it a little tug. Pull through. See, no, look at that, guys. Little knot. See if I can pop it out. There we go.
I love those little knots.
Yeah. So there we go. There's our first picot stitch there. Now, Amber, do you do the other side at the same time? Because I know some people do one side and then go up the other. Or do you do both sides, like go back up through the top and then drop back down? Or how do you like to do yours?
Great question.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out my needles.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I think I'm just going to drop back down and go down this side and then up the other side. Sure. We're going to go with that. Trish will do that. So there we go. And now I'm back on that other side because I went through the next hole down there. So again, I'm going to pick up a rosaline, an amethyst, and a rosaline. And just in through
grabbing needles. Hold on.
This side. You're okay, honey. Take your time. Okay. Let's get that straight so we can get a real pretty picot. Mine's twisting there a little bit, guys. That's why I'm kind of struggling with it. But
I can't find any more of my beading needles.
There we go, guys. Oh, no.
Oh, they're here somewhere, but you know.
Well, I can sure do the picot stitch if need be here for you.
That's a Jewel Loom needle. These are
so
all
we've got 2 so far.
Great. You take it away, lady.
Oh, I don't know about that, but we'll give her a go. So it's just the same pattern, guys. We're just going to pick up a rosaline, an amethyst, and another rosaline. The picot stitch is so cute. I love it. I don't know why I don't do it more often because I like how it gives it everything like a lacy side when you do it. You know,
I don't know why you do it more often.
I know, because that's like me right there. You know, very girly. Okay. What issue have you been having, Vicki? You said with your Silver Silk Loom project. What is it that's going on? Maybe we can help you. Okay, so I'm just going dropping back down. And grabbing 3 more beads.
I finally got one of them threaded.
All right.
Woohoo!
When you're ready, you tell me. You take over. Okay, so we're just doing the same thing.
You're doing great.
Our 3 beads back through.
I think I alternate sides.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the to reduce how much thread is going through the beads.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would make sense, but we're going to live on the edge a little bit over here.
You go for it, girl.
So there's what we got so far, guys. Is that focusing? Sometimes it gives me a hard time. Is that focused? I don't think.
No. Nope. Oh, was there for a second. Oh, right there. At least it's loving your nail.
Oh, okay.
If you can move your mermaid nail out of the...
Yeah, well, that's... I know. I love my nails too, but they need to go soon. And get a different pattern for the week.
Now on this part, you don't need to worry about going over and under. You just go, you know, through.
Just through. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So because of my knot, I went back through and came over to the far side, and I've picked up My 3. You know what? You're right. I do one side at a time. I had to think about that.
Well, that's okay. Either way works. I mean,
Yes.
you can do it either way. You can do it however gets the job done. Like we always say, there's no set in stone rules with this.
Exactly.
You know.
So you might need to move the beads around a little to get that little loop going.
Very cute. I just really love it.
I like the edging too. So pretty.
This, like I said, this Rosaline has my heart. I think I'm going to be using that possibly next week. We'll have to see. I really like it. Pink is my spirit animal.
Yes. Throw in some turquoise and you've got it all, right?
Oh, also, guys, while you're on here, I don't know if you saw, but over on Jewel's channel, I did upload the video, or should say, Joan uploaded the video for us. And I made the video, but Joan's awesome. But I did put the video up to put the trim on our Sari Silk bracelet. So that is on Jewel's YouTube channel.
And the finishing off of the other ring that we made is on there too.
That's right.
So this one will be different because it's just tile beads. So we don't have the zipper method like we did with the other ring that we made.
Mm-mm. Well, I'm glad you put that video up there because that was something like when I was an infant in this that I struggled with. Zipping up a ring.
That's a word. You were an infant.
I was an infant with it. I was just like, okay, what is this? I mean, you can make, it's a different technique. I mean, I made jewelry for years when I started, but it's a different technique. And you have to learn the ins and outs, you know, and you learn by your mistakes, just like with everything, you know.
I'm trying to catch up to Trish here.
If you want me to go slow, that's no problem.
No, you're fine.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Meaning it as a silly thing.
I know. We're racing. The Pico Stitch race. Let's see, Vicky. When going through the silver silk, I have been putting seed beads on the outside, like the Pico edge, and end up having to go back through 2 to 3 times to get outside lace on both sides simultaneously. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vicky, you could totally just do one side and then go back down the other side.
Yeah.
Which is that's what we're doing here. But you have more room in a silver silk than you do in these beads.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Yeah.
So whatever way you can make the least amount of pass through and check, because they do break. They can break if you put too much pressure on them.
Yes. I feel like I'm flipping and flopping this loom around so much. I do love the way this is coming out. Oh, so cute.
It does look so pretty. I keep picking up before I go back through. My brain is not not functioning.
Well, I wanted to do that with this Sari Silk bracelet because you have to go down and then up and then back down before you start the next loop. Mm-hmm. And I was not wanting to do that down part. I had to keep catching myself. So it happens. All right. We're getting there slowly.
Oh, okay, Vicky. That makes sense. She's making a wrap bracelet, so it'd be very tedious to do one side and then the other.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Smaller projects. It works.
Yes. Yeah. And even just a simple bracelet, you could do that on but something like a wrap bracelet, that's a lot of work.
Oh, you'll have to post pictures somewhere, Vicky. Love to see what you create.
Yeah, I'll be anxious. The world is now opened up for silver silk in the looming world, and that's pretty awesome because that stuff is gorgeous.
It really is.
We just got to talk to Mr. Neely and hope he can get some over to us because I want to play. I
know.
Super fun. Mama needs some silver silk. But yeah, really pretty colors on that too.
Oh my goodness.
What was the color you had? Seafoam.
Oh,
That was
love that.
it's like my favorite. And the pink. He has like a really pale, pretty. I don't know if it's like a rose gold or pink. I think Joan would know, but I really like that too.
Yeah, that's true, Vicky. You don't need to reinforce that.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Okay, I am. Let's see.
You
Got
ready
one
to go
side
down
done.
the... And you could leave just one side too if you really wanted.
Yeah, you could. Could just be like a lace trim.
Yeah.
On one edge.
You could put some dingle dangles on it too.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Do you know what I came across today are I think these are my flower charms.
Oh, ooh.
These would be cute. Like if you did a bracelet like this. Oh, if Jewel still has those, but they're really pretty.
Yeah, I don't know if she still has those. That's a good question.
That'd be perfect for spring.
They would.
Put on as a little charm onto a bracelet, or I mean, you could do something on a ring. I mean, that'd be a honking ring, but
yeah. Yeah, Paula, I like the lotus one too. I agree.
Yeah, they're all pretty. I like them all.
But, oh, yeah. But
yeah.
And then you just work back down the other side.
This is the lotus, right? I don't know flowers. So
I think that is.
Okay, that works. But yeah, those are really pretty. I like those.
I've put charms on rings. I've put buttons on rings.
Yeah, definitely.
All kinds of fun stuff. So just to think about, though, while you're going back through doing the edging on the other side, make sure you don't go through the seed beads that you already put there, because it'll kind of make it the shape like misshapen.
Yeah, your edge won't be as pretty. That's for sure. So I did one. Amber's probably ahead of me, but it's okay. But yeah.
And if you ever have trouble pulling your needle back through, especially when you have this many goes, just grab a pair of pliers and it changes the force on the needle, and you're less likely to break your needle and less likely to break your bead.
Yes. Although I've done that and I have cracked beads before.
Oh yeah, me too.
But it was totally my fault, because there's times you can do that and times you shouldn't do that. And it's times I shouldn't be doing it, and I know better,
When you know the needle's not going to go through.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're just like, come on, and then fighting with it,
Because you don't want to take it all apart.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I've done that one before too.
Oh, he quit making the seafoam? Oh.
Aw.
He probably has something just as pretty, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got that seafoam a long time ago.
No, he quit making the rose gold. Oh, okay.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer. He has pink, though, I think. Other pink ones.
Joan could answer to that one.
Yeah. She's our silver silk girl, too.
Yeah, she is.
So, how's Bailey been doing for you?
Really well. I don't think she had an accident inside today, unless she has since I've come down to do the live.
Right. That's great.
And she did fine in the rain and everything, so.
Oh, she was brave. She went out in the rain.
Yes, and we took a nap this afternoon.
Ooh, naps are so good. Especially with puppies.
Yeah, all curled up on my chest.
Oh, I kind of miss those days.
Aw. They are fun days.
Mm-hmm.
when you're not cleaning up the pee and the poop.
Right. Yeah. And they're not chewing like your favorite expensive shoes or whatever. But they're well worth all the trouble.
Yes.
Okay. Slow but sure here, guys. We're getting there.
We're almost done.
On my part, anyway. Slow but sure. Mm-hmm. I like when we can make a full project on here.
Yes, I agree.
It's super fun. You leave the live and have a beautiful piece.
Oh, and I see Joan posting up about our affiliate link. So, FYI, if you use, I didn't get to show it to Trish yet, but I made a cute little seed bead egg, like Easter egg bracelet.
Ooh.
I haven't put it together yet, but I made the pattern for it. So if you use our affiliate link tonight, let us know. Think it's mine we're posting tonight. Let me know. And you, as a thank you, will receive a free Easter egg bead project.
That is so fun, Amber. That's so great of you to do for them. I'll be anxious to see that.
Yeah,
I was looking at patterns, like Easter patterns online, and I was wishing that I had one, so that'll be perfect.
Well, this is a really simple one, so it's a really good beginner one. Yeah. It's just different color Easter eggs.
How cute.
So real simple. But
well, I like simple too.
I was trying to do a gnome on it, but I couldn't get it to work. So I'll have to keep playing with that. But.
Yeah, you'll get it eventually. You always do with that stuff. Yeah, that'll be super fun that you can do those patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So that would be hopefully maybe something down the line too. We can be doing is using some of Amber's patterns.
Yeah. I'm working on that.
Yes, ma'am. You're very good with that type of thing, the artistic end of things.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know I respect people so much that can draw or, design that type of thing, because that's one thing. I can do a lot of crafts and a lot of things, but art is not one of them.
Aww. Well, this is art, honey.
Well, yes, I can do jewelry art. No problem. But like to draw or paint, things like that.
Right.
That's not my forte.
And that's okay. We are each created to be able to do different things.
That's right. My brother got that gene. He can draw, he can sing, all that kind of stuff, and play guitar. So.
Well, that's why you got your hubby, is to play guitar and sing, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I didn't even have to learn it. I can still enjoy it. Sunday mornings are the best. A cup of coffee, listening to my hubby play guitar. Yeah.
Is that when he plays normally?
Yeah. Yeah, on the weekends he plays a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
During the week, of course, he's got to leave for work. Somebody's got to make a living around this place.
Yes. Let's see. Vicky has a kitty who has to have her nap in my lap after she's been watching her bird videos on my iPad.
Oh my gosh.
And so much for getting my book read. That is precious, Vicky.
Yes. Aww. Animals are the best. The best. I always say there's a reason that dog is spelled God backwards.
Aww.
Because I think it's a gift from God. They are, to me anyway.
Yes. All right. So I've got my edging all done here. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on it. There we go.
Pretty.
So don't detach your thread, but once again, we're just going to tie a safety knot here. So if something happens to your your ring or something, you won't lose everything. So we're just going to tie a knot, and then we're going to take it off the loom. Woohoo!
Yay!
Because you're still going to use this thread to finish your piece off.
I can see some earrings with this
Oh,
type
yeah.
pattern too. You could do like 2 or 3 rows of the tiles and the pyramids and then do the picot around the edge.
Oh, we'll have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be super pretty.
That's so fun. You're a true cat lady. Aw. You've ran an arts and crafts store for years. Oh, wow. That's really cool that you do all of that stuff. Oh, my goodness. Sounds like my mom.
Awesome.
My mom's like that.
Yeah.
You can pretty much do any kind of artwork.
Wow.
Or craft project.
That's wonderful.
So I'm taking her off the loom here.
Okay. I am almost to that spot here. That's what I've got, guys. It's blurry again, of course.
So you're going to take your ends and you're going to knot them together because you don't want anything coming off there.
Definitely not.
Take your warps and knot them together. This is kind of where it looks a little messier on the back side of the ring, or can.
Yeah.
Don't tie your string in, just your warps here.
And we're keeping the string attached and the needle.
Yes, that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're just gonna keep on going. If you need more thread, then get more. But if you don't, just keep it attached. One less thing to worry about. One less knot.
For sure.
And once you knot that, I'm gonna trim them up. Make sure you don't trim your thread that you're using right now. And you can take your hypo cement while you're trimming and just put a little dab on that knot. I just like to make doubly sure it's all secure. And if you remember the trick, take your hypo cement. You don't want to squeeze it and then 8 million, lots and lots of hypo cement comes out. You just want to warm it up with your hand. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I like to.
I think that's a Wyatt trick. I think he was the one that, well, he told me anyway, I think.
To warm it up like that.
Yeah. So I was getting the spillage.
Yeah, it'll come out real fast once it gets going. So little hypo cement and then trim down. Make sure you don't trim your knot. That would be sad.
Trim your what?
Knot.
Oh, yes, that would not be good. Not be good.
Not. All right, so then take your ring and you're going to fold it over on itself and take those knots that you just made and kind of push them underneath as best you can because you want them out of the way. You don't want them popping up on top of your ring.
No.
And then you lay it next to each other. And you're not going to want to go through the seed beads, just the tile beads on this, because the seed beads can't take all the times that we go through. So you kind of hold it together. This is coming out of this tile bead up here. So I'm going to go through the opposite side. And it'll be a little loosey-goosey the first time. And that's okay.
I'm trying to get my end back in my GS hypo cement. That's always a fun
Oh, yeah, that's
project.
Always. Yeah. And then you can pull this one tight when you get it, because you want your ring to hold together. And thanks for bearing with us, guys. We're almost done here. We're just finishing up. Now we come back over to the other side where we were coming out of, and we're just going to make a big loop. Go around and around until you feel that your ring's secure. So, and that's it. You just keep, I'd go around as many times, like 3 or 4 times, just to make sure it's pretty solid there. And my knot keeps popping up, and that's okay. It's going to be on the back of your ring anyways.
Yeah, and you can always just take your needle and push it down through
Yes.
too. Sometimes that works.
Once it starts getting hard, you don't want to, this will probably be my last pass through because that was getting hard. You don't want to break your beads when you're at the end of your project.
No, that's for sure.
There we go, folks. And then you just knot it off. You can go up a couple rows if you want. Make sure, once again, you just don't go through the seed beads. You can reinforce the whole ring if you wanted. There's not necessary because we did do the picot edging. So there's not a need for it, but if you really wanted to, you could. So I went up a couple, and now I'm just going to tie a knot. Oh. Oops.
It's a matter.
Oh, yeah. Emma, hopefully Jeff didn't leave. Oh, well. It's about rides for Emma, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, who's texting me?
Joyce says, I think I would need an extra hand for this part. Well, it's actually surprisingly easy.
Once you get it... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say your thread does a lot of the work for you once you get it through like the first time because it pulls it together. You know, as long as you pull on it, it can be loose at first. And then once you start pulling the thread through, it kind of does the work for you. If I'm explaining that.
Yes.
Hopefully people can understand my words.
I gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it basically just pulls it together for you. Okay, guys, there's where I closed.
So that last knot, I'm going to put a dab of hypo cement on. Or if you have thread burners, you can do it that way. Either way works. And that's it, folks.
Beautiful project.
And I'm trying to put my the good old hypo cement, trying to put the needle back in the hole.
That is a job.
Oh my goodness. And there's our ring, friends.
Beautiful. I'm just getting ready to tie my knot here. That's such a cute project.
Yay!
Use your thread burner, Vicky. Yeah, I do too sometimes. I like my thread burner.
I do too. My batteries are dead right now.
Oh, can have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome, Bonnie. Oh, and Anissa's going to try a stretch up with stretch frustration. I did this and I realized I had twisted the beads and had to pick out all the stitching and fix it. Oh, Vicky, that's so sad. Oh.
That's probably, I made it for this finger. See that?
You're going to call the ring Anissa Mr. Spiky? Is that what?
Spiky is done. Oh, this is such a great project, Amber. I just love it.
Looks beautiful,
so
friends.
Pretty. I love it. And look at that. That was less than an hour. We were able to make that beautiful project.
Yeah.
Yeah, great project.